Hello and welcome to the Backbench podcast. Today we have a very special guest with us, Mr. Noaman Razack. So I'd like to start off by thanking you for accepting the invite to come on the podcast. And I'll start off by asking the most important question we ask all of our guests. Were you a backbencher in school and college?
Yes, I had the advantage, right, to be a backbencher because of my height. So I used to be the most mischievous boy in class because we used to take out the plastic, the plastic thread from the elastic, and we used to make pellets out of paper, and we used to shoot it in front to distract the class. So that's the typical way of being a backbencher and a mischievous guy.
So where did you do your schooling in college?
I did in St. Joseph's.
So
St.
BFS
Joseph's.
and CC.
No, Bangalore European. This is not boys, you're saying it was European high school. We used to be very mischievous and we learned how to swim there too because I did like the water, but first, then there was uh, uh, a swimming teacher called Mr. Wilson. So he used to take a big stick and he used to push our head down. So that was all allowed. We used to get whacked. We used to get whacked with the principal, with the class teacher. Knuckles used to be cracked. So everything used to happen. So it was great fun being in school. School is a togetherness. School time never changes because friends flock together in school. College is too much of distraction, I would say.
Yeah.
Because you get distracted with a lot of other activities. But school is very focused with only those friends and those friends. The tuck shop, the VD shop, the teachers, the homework, copying, everything used to happen in school. That because it was a controlled environment, but college was like free birds. So college time is a different ball game. School time is the best that is there right now. And even now, when you look at it, there's a group of, 74, 75, it's still there. We really enjoy the kind of enjoyment that we had in school and not really talk about our college days.
So what is your most fondest memory from back then?
Um, I got pushed to the front bench because I was very mischievous. So in the afternoon class at about 3 o'clock, when the sun is setting, 3 o'clock, 2:30, 3 o'clock, the sun used to come in. So I burned one of the lecturer's trousers through the magnifying glass.
I think that's something we've only seen in the cartoons.
But we've done it.
So before choosing to sell square feet, you chose to sell shirts. So what did that sequence give you?
No, actually, the square feet came in much later. The inches, the centimeters, and the meters came in very, very much earlier. It was right from inception this started. This is the store started by my father, and he was a trader. So we all were together in business. So as time passed by, as the family grew, three brothers, one sister. So Dad said, you should go ahead. You should be able to, explore more opportunities, open more shops, and then all three brothers can be together in the business, and it'll be good fun. You do different areas. So we had a shop in city, we had a shop over two shops in commercial street. So three brothers, three shops. We were all getting involved, and then my father decided to sell his house, ancestral home, which we're all living in a joint family. From there, it changed over, saying that, got amassed some wealth. After that, we did another property which my father had. So we developed that property. And from there, it snowballed into many things. And we never imagined that I would grow so big in retail. I would grow so big in real estate. So we were all together. My dad and me were in the retail because somebody had to look after the foundation. We did support our brothers to go ahead and do something else, which they also started the business from the shop.
Yes, sir.
From the shop, which is just a small little store. We had 1,000 square feet store, and the office was only about 100 square feet. So two brothers sat there, and anybody had to go and meet them. They had to buy the kapra from me and then go inside. Then was the hafta that they had to give me.
So coming back. So sorry, for interrupting.
That's how it all began. It's all we took it very lightly and we took it very easily. That was right from inception. We said we have to do something good. So we did something good. This, by the way, we followed people and money followed us, and that is where we are here today. And there was never greed. There was never greed. There was never to, get something, to pull somebody down and climb up. Nothing like that. We were very focused on what we were doing. Even in fashion business, we are always like, we like people to grow with us. If they grow with us, we are very happy. I am where I am and I'm growing in my business. So, very good.
So coming back to the start of your story, what was your earliest memory from the family business, Prestige the Manster?
See, there was only fabric to be sold in those days. There was hardly any ready-made. There were not too many brands in ready-made. Ready-made evolved like 30 years now, 32 years. That's all I can recall. It was very minuscule, very little, and there were no, organized retail till Madura Garments came into the fray. Got in. Before that, there was Zodiac, but Zodiac remained where it remains even now. But Madura evolved over a period of time, and that's where the new generation thing came in. Ready-made came in because ready-made was supposed to be very expensive. Tailors were there, fabric was there. So the fabric people never used to wear cotton trousers, like you say, chinos now, which is most sort of thing that even with the 5-year-old, the fellow says, I want to wear a chino. I don't want to wear a normal trouser. He doesn't know what a normal trouser is because the whole thing is evolved with e-commerce coming in, with the brands of flight rate dressing coming in. And all the brands have evolved now with ready-made, and people have lost patience to go to the tailor. Now tailors are turning dinosaurs. They are only becoming like specialty, bespoke and specialty places where people would come in and buy something like that. And now it's the other way around. Fabric has become more expensive. Tailoring has become more expensive. And ready-made stays where it is. And that is also, it depends on what category you want, what is your price range that you're looking at. A simple suit to be tailored in my Raymond shop is 7,000-8,000 rupees. But if you come here, the price line is very different. It is much higher. So it all depends on people, the costing, your pocket, how much can you drop to buy a suit. It depends. You want a trouser, shirt, it all depends on how much you want to do. An average trouser today would cost you 5,000 rupees. Ready-made would cost you 2,500 rupees, but the fabric differs. So there's a lot of difference in that.
So when did you get started in the family business?
As we were going to school, there was no activity, not much of activity. Playing a little cricket at home, playing marbles, butch. And then you come back here. There's Saturday, Sundays, we're not much of activity. We're very mischievous. So the mom used to send us to the shop, go to the shop, go to the granddad shop, stay there, learn something. So we said when we came to the granddad shop, first thing that he gave us is the duster in a hand. Not the board duster. He gave us something which we call as jhatagni, with the rod with the thing over there to clean the store. That is what we were given our first lesson to come into that. The second lesson was how do you do a registered letter to be sent to the post office. That they sent us to the post office to register a letter, to buy stamps from there because that there's no email, there is nothing. So stamps, register. Then as we graduated, then we were sent to the bank to deposit money. with a bigger amount of 1,000 rupees to see, count the denominations, 2 rupees, 5 rupees, 10 rupees, and 100 rupees. 100 rupees used to be the less, 50 rupees also used to be there. But that was a graduation. Once you succeed in all that, then they will teach you. Then bookkeeping happened automatically. So that's how you graduate. Then you get into how do you arrange your fabric, what is there, what goes into it, what are the lessons that you get in fabric, how do you see fabric, what do you do in this, and that's how we grew from there. These are all very simple, very basic lessons. You don't know post office, you don't know registered letter, now you know only speed post or courier. Things are different now. No courier, it's only email, WhatsApp. Now it is becoming quicker and quicker.
Yes. Right, sir. So talking about Prestige, the man store, feedback is like instant, right? And also sometimes brutal. So how did that change the way like you thought about building like moths?
If you want it. Malls like 25 years ago, about 25, maybe 28 years ago, we got a plot of land and then we said we have to do something different. So we made a couple of complexes. Okay, complexes is a complex. We did something on St. Mark's Road called House of Lords and we sold it. Then we made something in Brigade Road called the Fifth Avenue, which we don't recognize that right now because one mistake we made is we sold the shops to people. So once we sell the shop to people, then we don't have control over that shop because you own it, so I cannot control you.
Correct.
So it's like a marriage. So we said we'll do something. We got land and then we said we will do a mall.
Yeah.
When we do a mall, then we said we need in the mall A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So what is the A, B, C, D? We need a theater to get footfall. We need a food court for people to eat, and we need good shops, and we need anchors. So it was around about 2000, I think, 1999 or 2000. We had to go and sell the mall to people. We had to go and not sell the mall, but to get people into it. There was no CBRE, there was no JLL, there was no mall mechanics. Nobody knew what a mall was, what animal this is. Okay, what animal this is. So only person retail thing was my eldest brother Irfan. Rizwan is always not he was not pro retail. He was the instant man. Instant man. He does not wait. He wants instant turnover. He used to be great at that. My eldest brother was very passionate about retail, colors, clothing, everything. Like if you see my middle brother is the most simplest man. He likes one car, one watch. He likes his dosa. Okay. And his food, unbelievable. We're all foodies, but he can just smell and tell you where it's coming from. That's something that is very, very brilliant of him. This is a mastermind. Fantastic. Then it so happened that we said we go. So we had our CEO. There were no CEO, CFOs those days. They said, okay, he's a mall man. Come, let's go. Nobody knew what camp charges were. Well, what is camp charges? And he said, camp charges, you don't know camp charges. This is common area maintenance fee that you need to pay. I said, okay. Then they understood that. Then they never knew what square foot was, what is square foot, what is plinth, not plinth. We had to explain to that. This is so many theaters will come in, so much of food court will come in. How will this happen? How will that happen? Then we had to put them down. And we are not tech savvy. 25 years ago, we were not tech savvy. So we had to take a tent card and explain to them, this is how the mall is going to be. This is how it's going to look. This is the entry from east side, west side, north side. All these entries are there. East and west, that is, I still remember because Koramangala was, we were building that mall for a mall. Koramangala. Who will come to Koramangala? I said, no problem. People will come. We'll make it an area. We'll make it something to do, something very special. So there was east side and west side. So north, south and north. So we said, okay, we got PBR to come in. So my eldest brother went to Australia to see what was, PVR is now, it was Australian Village Roadshow. Now it has become PVR is Priya Village Roadshow. Now they became big from here because they had 11 screens, 11 screen unheard of. How can you have 11 screens? How will you fill them all up? How will you do that? There was a lot of uncertainties and thinking and how will that whole retail evolve. But we did something special in that. And then we got in people, we explained to them, we did that. I was the only retail guy who knew retailers to come into the mall. So we got everybody together, we put it together, and that was a success for us. And from there, it snowballed. We said we'll make one mall, we'll be happy, we'll collect rent. But what happens? Money makes money. Keeping money doesn't. We were a little restless people, actually. We were a little restless, and we started growing in that business. And we grew in the business. Then we came at the time we sold it. Now we've got 20 malls coming up now. All over. Delhi, we've got Bombay, we've got Hyderabad. Hyderabad already functioning. Then we sold, we'll be making new ones. Chennai, we sold, we're making new one in Chennai. Cochin is operational. We've got Bangalore, which is operational. We've got Rexwalk. We've got Forum South. We've got Eva Mall. So a lot of things are getting evolved. Movement is there now. Another one is on the block, which is going to be ready by end of this year, beginning of next year, we should be ready. So everything is moving on. We are trying to do something, bring in more and more new things into our mall. We cannot be very different. There'll be a few things will make a difference. Few things. Like now, I've got a new look for 26. My mustache, no hair, new look. It's same thing. We bring in some little. We'll give some nice tadka or masala. We'll give and we'll enjoy life.
Growth is the only constant then.
Absolutely.
So is that something you've had since since your formative and growing years? Because not just with Prestige Estates, but even with Prestige the Man Store.
Always there is a burning thing that very restless. You ask him. Last evening itself, I was behind them. There's always, something that you have to do better than what we are doing right now. You have to evolve. It's just you cannot be content in life. There's always some, there has to be. You have to arrive at something. I don't like to ape anybody. I like to be myself. I like to follow things which my mind takes me. I like to go. I'm not saying that I would like to do like A, B, C, D is doing. I want to be the third, fourth, fifth person. I want to be the, runner. I want to be the first in the business. Like for a simple example that I want to give you is that when we started our Raymond shop in 1982, I think we first began 82, 83. We began, and then I said, I have to get these boys disciplined. What? These boys disciplined. How do I discipline these boys? Get them uniforms. I got the uniforms for these boys without the tie. I had a pant and shirt. They became 60% correct. Now, how do I get the other 40% correct? Get them a tie. Get them a tie. So what happens? This fellow goes out to smoke. He goes out for a cup of tea. He cannot misbehave himself. If he misbehaves, we come to know immediately. Somebody will come running behind him. Those were the days that people used to come running behind, say this fellow is doing something wrong. It's not correct to correct him. So that discipline came into them. That the grooming came into picture. So grooming. So from there it evolved. Now everybody on the street wants to do something that I do. Like I got these guys wearing khaki trousers and some, check shirt with the plain tie or whatever tie. Immediately, another shop fellows, same khaki pants. You feel so happy that people are following you. I'm not following anybody. I don't like to follow anybody. Wherever my heart takes me and says, this is what I have to do, this is the best that I have to give, I only look within myself. I don't look outwardly to see what others are doing so that I have to follow them. Sorry, that doesn't work with me at all. This is something that, it's there and it will continue being there till the last.
Right to say so is the trendsetter.
Yeah, sir is
Yeah.
trendsetter.
I always like to do something different. See, you saw the difference over there.
Yes, sir.
Saw the difference. You saw the difference over here. That is how it works.
Sir, can you tell us a bit more about how you expanded within the retail space?
Oh, yes. I said we are restless, right?
Yes,
I'll
sir.
start you from restless. So I was restless because I got a shop opposite in 90s. Mid 90s, I got a shop and I said that was the only brand which was doing very well was Raymond. And I had to do something where my uncle told me that I has a shop over there. I just take a floor, you build a shop and you can take it. For about 35 years, you're on it, we'll do it. So I went back to my brother and I told him, see, listen, this is the store that I need to make. This is the store this is the brand which will yield a lot of money and this is what will give us a little setting and stabilize us in a business because this is the organized retail and these are good people to deal with and we've been dealing them from the longest time and we will evolve with this business. So I said, okay. Went to the company, spoke to them. They said, okay, let's design a shop. So we designed the shop over there. In 95, 94, 95, we started doing the job. 96, we opened it. 96, we opened the shop. And in 96, when we opened the shop in September, I think, the following in 97, they called 260 retailers across the country. They had only that bandwidth at that time. 260 retailers came for a conference here to see the store. And everybody was in praise of the store, the way it was made, the way it was built, because you have to set standards to a brand. You cannot, I always say, you cannot follow people, you need to set your standards. Even till today, the staircase is called the Titanic staircase. It's called the Titanic staircase.
Why is that, sir?
Because if you go and take a look at it, take a shot of it, you'll know what that is, how it is made, and how much of pride and passion has gone into making all the stores. So it's from there it was, from there it was. Then I was very restless because this shop was a little small shop, and I had to grow with not with the Raymond name, but I had to grow with the Prestige name. So their Prestige, what happened? I sat down in this. I had a small little office, smaller than this. I had an office. Then I got a loo for myself. Otherwise, I know all the toilets in Commercial Street. Who's got which toilet? So I used to run to the loo. But I made my own toilet. That is in 96, 97. I got my toilet, and then I was very, very relaxed. Then I started thinking that I have to do something. I have to do something. I have to do something over here. Then I had to buy a piece of property at the back, which I had to convince my uncle. So I got that first. Then I said, this cannot become a T. I have to make it wider. So I have to talk to my uncle again. But uncle said, I will sell this property, but you have to deal with the tenant. So I said, okay, fine, I'll deal with the tenant. That took me 3 years to deal with the tenant. So when I go to the tenant, I call him like this, I do namaste. He comes and does namaste and he says, bhai, so ke socha nahi hota hai. दारू पी के सोचा नहीं होता है, मैं कुछ भी करके सोचा नहीं होता है, बीवी से पूछा नहीं होता है, बच्चों से पूछा नहीं होता है, लास्ट चीज तुम नहीं पूछा, भूल गया पूछने के लिए, भगवान से पूछा क्या? नहीं पूछा, पूछो, भगवान को पूछो, तेरी जगह है क्या, तू दे सकता है? अपनी जगह है, हम खरीद लिए तो ये मेरी हो गई, तो भगवान को पूछो, अपनी चीज अपन को तो देना, तुम नहीं देंगे तो कैसा होएगा, भगवान नाराज हो जाएगा ना. तो भगवान he comes back after 3 months and he says, give me some money, give me a place to a place. So I said, okay, at least he's talking now. So I gave him a place and I got this. Then I started designing. I got one very good architect. I sat down and I designed it in a way that, that whole thing had to evolve and have to make something nice, something very different, something which I have to give back to men. So you want to get pampered, you come here. I will take care of you. Huh? We will fix you up and we'll make you looking very sharp. not smart, sharp. When you walk into some office wearing a jacket, you say, "This man has come. He's got something, some smartness he's got." You have to make yourself prove. This is your approach. Is what your clothes. Why do you shave? Why do you groom? Why do you wear good clothes too? Your approach should be sharp. It should be very, very. See, now you should be well groomed so that everybody accepts you. Maybe you may not have as much as brain as the others, but I'm just saying for a fact of saying, but the question is that the approach should be really fantastic where you're perceived in a different manner. Simple thing. You go to the airport, wear a jacket, you're perceived in a different manner. You go with a crew neck t-shirt, wearing those jeans and wearing those big sneakers over there, you're perceived in a different manner, however old you are. But your dress attire should be sharp. This will make a difference in your life. Don't wear a tie, it's okay. But this is something that will make a difference in your life. Anywhere you go, however your jacket may be dirty, torn, whatever, but this gives you the feeling of authority. Authority. Tie and a jacket.
That was very passionate.
Absolutely.
So, what do you think about pocket squares?
100%. Those are the accessories you have got, right? Pocket square, cufflinks. This makes a difference. This adds on to that. You can't wear diamond here, you can't wear diamond here, you can't wear rings here, diamond here. Yes, you can do a little bit, but too much of it also is not thing. But this is what gives the difference, gives the direction or the sharpness of a human being which is there.
Absolutely. So, were you do you like the Bond movies? Are you a James Bond fan?
Absolutely. There are a lot of stories I can talk to you endlessly on dictates. How people have converted people wearing just black and blue into wearing khakis. Now they don't want to wear black and blue, they want to wear only khakis. You've taught them. In 96, another thing which would gave me a good boost with my cricketers, which you see the pictures outside.
Yes, sir.
A friend of mine who started ODIs called Mark Mascarenas. That needs to be mentioned actually. 96 that was.
Yes, sir.
One day, the knock at the door, I got a call saying that Mark Mascarenas was just when the mobile phones had started coming in, but they used to talk to me on the landline only because I never had a mobile phone at that. So they came in and they walked in and they said, we are doing the ODIs. What is an ODI? Now you know what an ODI is.
That's
One day internationals. You have to make uniforms for them. We have 70 commentators. They are all over the world, but we have to make the uniforms for them. I said, okay. I just said, okay. Where is the infrastructure those days? 30 years ago, what kind of embroidery can you do? What there? But we said we will do it. We went helter-skelter. We did whatever we wanted to do, and we did that. They had cameraman. He says, what is the best color to shoot on camera? What is the best color which picks up the pixels for that? They said blue. I said, okay, fine, do it. I can show you some detailed archives that we've got about how we went about doing it and how, it was evolved, who were doing some jackets we made in London. So we said, okay, fine, we'll match those jackets. We'll do it over here. We had Richie Beno, late Richie Beno, the Tony Gregg, late Tony Gregg. There are a lot of these late guys who were there. They were the old actual commentators. They really knew how to commentate. We did that, and that was the ODIs that they have. The triennial series they had, One Day International in '96 in Pakistan, Sri Lanka, India. That time, Sri Lanka won the World Cup. So that's how it evolved. I got into the business. I was the man who got them into uniforms, how you have to wear the uniform, what needs to be done. The ties also we developed them. We did suit, we did that, but t-shirts we failed. Not we did have that infrastructure to do t-shirt, but as far as jackets, little embroidery, and the shirts and all that we did over here, the trousers. But as far as t-shirts, we were not so because the infrastructure was not there. But we set in standards. It worked very well, and it was very easy. I had to fix a format of how I need to get your measurements because you're sitting in Africa, somebody's sitting in Australia. So we had the fax machine those days. We gave them a template how you need to take your measurements, what you need to do. We gave them all the details, and they started faxing us the details with the measurements. Then, when the opening ceremony in Calcutta was there, so we took my tailors over there. We set up a unit over there. All alterations, whether a little loose, little lengthening, shortening, all that we did that immediately. And we were so happy to do it. And that gave me sense of pride. He says, I am rubbing shoulders with Sunil Gavaskar, Tendulkar. Tendulkar's bat was sold for peanuts. Those that was just a budding cricketer who's coming in now. Really good fun. But that gave the boost for us.
So when did the opportunity to buy your own cricket team come in?
Oh, that happened now, no? ISPL we are doing. My son's doing it. My brothers got involved. We've got involved in that. And now, after 25 years, this opportunity has come in. And again, we are rubbing shoulders with Uzu.
So you've always been a cricket fan since the beginning.
Yeah, it's been a cricket fan. I've been very thing with hockey. Hockey has been my little thing in school too. Still, some of my friends play hockey at this age.
Wow.
They've got the stamina and they play.
So, talking about fashion, sir, what is your opinion on quick commerce?
Quick commerce is quick commerce, but something that I stay away from quick commerce because it doesn't work very with me because all the brands are there and all those brands I'm selling here. So let me be passionate about serving my customers and giving them a good experience of selling the product. Quick commerce is not my cup of tea, and I somehow we tried it, and it didn't work very well because there's too much of return, too many returns, and too much of complications in doing that. So you need to have a different sell for it, and keep fighting with the customers all the time. So we don't have that kind of time. Let us be focused on what we are doing. I'm being very happy doing offline.
So building on that, I think in the middle there was this whole thing where you had e-commerce brands, whether in retail or in F&B, popping up on Swiggy, Amazon, all of that. But if you look at the brands today who are actually growing, they all have a brick and mortar presence. Why do you think that is, sir?
No, those are the people who are actually manufacturers who are doing it.
Yeah.
So they have deep pockets and they've got great margins. We don't work on those kind of margins for us to, exist in that kind of format. So we stay away from that.
No, sir, I meant in the sense that like these brands started on the internet, and logically speaking, you don't have to pay rent, you don't have to pay salaries and stuff. In theory, it sounds great running a business on the internet, but any brand that has actually grown, whether it's Rare Rabbit, Snitch, all of that, in today's day and age, who've been able to make a significant impact, they've all come back to the brick and mortar space.
Yeah, because they are finding that e-commerce is not giving them the footing that they're getting on high streets or in the malls. It is not giving them. So there's more heartburn over there than here. This is you have your stock, you have your product, you have your money, everything with you. E-commerce, half the time your money is gone. It's diluted. 50% it's gone. 35 returns. 15-20% is your expenses to run that. So 50%. So your margins have to be very high for that kind of work. So I would stay away from that.
So you speak like your ethos as such at Prestige the Man Store is pampering men, and you built out a 20,000 square foot store. Why is that?
You said it, no? Pampering men. So you want me to start all over again? No, no. Pampering men is something which I'm very passionate for people to look very sharp. Okay, smart, sharp. We tell them what to do, what is not to do. Like I've got like 17 trial rooms over here, and every trial room will give you a message which I cannot relate to you like this. You would, when you're undressing, you would read that, it's a small two-liner. It's a message that we will tell you how to wear your socks, how to tie your tie, how to buckle your belt, how to do that. It all some very small little notes which are there, which actually get into your head. Oh shit, I read this over there. Because Instagram, you keep seeing, you keep pushing it, but it doesn't get. This is, you have time for yourself, you're looking at something, and then gets into your thing. You just go take a look, you'll know what exactly I'm saying.
So, could you give 3 pieces of advice to men to dress better? Like 3 ways men could, like 3 advices that men could use to dress better and just look a lot more sharper.
To start with is your shoes have to be well polished. You have to be well groomed and wear a nice simple shirt. And to make a statement, you need to wear either a tie or a jacket. So the simple 3 things which are there in the wardrobe, which is not utilized, you need to utilize that. You won't be forced to buy, but you'll be forced to wear. Like yesterday, I met somebody who came to meet me in my office. So he said, I was coming to meet you, so I had to look sharp. So I wore a jacket. So my wife asked me, where are you going? Who are you meeting? You said, I'm going to meet the boss. Okay. That's how it is.
So, and what do you think about oversized clothing? Like the whole oversized trend that started recently. What is your opinion on that?
See, I'm from old school. I would definitely not appreciate something like that. But now, if the Bollywood, Hollywood, everybody does that oversizing, so be it. We'll enjoy watching them wearing it. But we will not get into that kind of making it and, you know, promoting that. But it's okay. I would enjoy seeing everybody doing that.
That's really fascinating.
Huh?
That's very fascinating.
So well-fitted clothes are the message.
Yes. It's okay. Once in a while, how long can the trend go on?
Correct.
It can't go on for long. Be focused. You be done. Too much of modification in a car or in clothes is not going to help, right? You come back to the basics. Now, the cars that you don't need to modify, right?
Yeah. All about it being timeless, I think.
All timeless. You need to be time. How often can you wear those bright colors?
Not really.
Not
Yeah.
ever. These you can wear, right?
Yes, sir.
So it's good.
So coming back to the fashion business, when you built out Forum and like the whole prestige ventures with malls and retail especially, do you think your expertise with retail gave you like a significant advantage that other developers didn't have when it came to launching retail spaces?
Yes, in this it worked out very well for us because see, we had the background of retail, we had the hardware and we had the software together. We know a retailer's margin, how much margin is he getting, and how much of rent that he can afford to pay. So we put it together and we evolved. We said, doesn't matter. Our ROAs may take a little time to recover that kind of money. So we will make sure that both are wedded well. Your success, if you succeed in being in the shop and you can smile and then give me the rent, I'm happy to receive it. That was the ideology behind this. And that is how we succeeded in doing that. We kept the retailers happy and the retailers kept us happy and we have grown from there.
It's a symbiotic relationship. Yep. So is there any reason you chose to stay back in the retail businesses compared to going full on in real estate?
No, it's like I was with my dad over here because this was my dad's beginning. So I gave him company, and from there I grew here. And there also I'm part of that. I also like to go. And then I saw everything is moving in a great direction and is working very well with me and my dad and my brothers. Everything is going together. They held my hands. I have my father's hands, and we've grown from there. And this is where we are today. So I don't differentiate by sitting centimeters, meters, or square foot is the same feeling. We go hand in hand. Yes,
It's all about the passion.
absolutely. How much of money you require to spend a day? $1,000, and so on. After that, what next?
Correct. So you mentioned that you spent a lot of time with your father in the store. What is like one piece of wisdom that you gained from him that you'll keep towards that you'll just keep with you forever?
Be focused. Don't get distracted, and you be a very honorable gentleman, and don't make people run behind you for money. You pay them on time, and you be a thorough gentleman doing business. So people will look upon you.
I think that's very timeless. That's just works for any business, yeah.
Anything. See, that's the advice they gave you.
And so you also mentioned that you got deep in footwear with Mochi, with Crocs. How did that start?
Oh, by a friend who connected us with Metro. We started with Metro, and then Metro began some 30 years ago with us, and we grew with Metro. Metro was a small brand in Bombay, and they wanted to come to Bangalore, and then it evolved. They came here, and then we made many shows. And in 2000 and 1999, I think we were sitting, I was in their office, and then accidentally we were sitting and we were just having a chat over there. And I had space in Commercial Street, and I said, I want to do something. We'll make another brand for you. And they had a small leather piece over there, and there was a Mochi written over there. Mochi is nothing else but a cobbler. So we said, we'll start another shop. You come and take a look at the shop. Where is the shop? It is in Commercial Street. They said it is very close by from the shop. Metro is there, and Mochi will be not working. Said, it's a basement shop. He said, no, it won't work. Basement will never work. I said, what do you lose? Start it. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Take off the labels, put your Metro and start selling. It is my loss, right? It's my shop. It's my loss. So it's nothing will, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. They came, and his CEO said, no, this will not work. This will not happen. This will not do, and all that. 1999. Said, no, you start. 2000, we started the shop with the name of Mochi. In the basement, we did the shoes. I did the uniform, coloring for the bags, coloring for everything, brought those Metro Mochi guys under one banner for having, uh, getting the shop running. And in 1 year's time, they were so enamored with the kind of sale and the name, everything. They've got now 400 plus shops they've got because of one person. Even now, if you go and speak to them, they will tell you the same thing that I've told you. And that has evolved. They're touching 1,000 shops, the Metro Mochi Crocs. The Crocs also have got a lot of shops, 4-5 shops have got, and then running. And COVID came and messed it up a little bit. Otherwise, you would have crossed about 10 shops by now. Slowed down.
So Prestige, the man store has been like the HQ. It's been the base, and with that, everything is growing.
Everything is gone.
So can you tell us? So off camera, we had this conversation where you mentioned that you're also involved in the F&B space.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a bit about that?
See, the recent one is Royal China. Before that, my niece has done something which is called Maya in Trade Center.
Yes, sir.
That's a very small restaurant which we are very proud of, and we are very happy. And my son-in-law is doing IDC, Idli Dosa Coffee, in Ranagar, which is very good again. So we are all involved, the whole children, everything. They are different verticals for different things. So nobody is crisscrossing anybody. We only crisscross for food. And then we've got our hospitality, which our hotels are there. So all are having, that is my eldest son-in-law, who's Zaid Sadiq. He's running the hospitality with Umar Young, my brother-in-law. So all are involved in everything that we do. So nobody is in isolation.
Yeah.
Everybody is passionate, doing whatever their passion turns.
So being enterprising is like a family trait then.
Absolutely.
All right, sir. So the Prestige Man Store is located on Commercial Street, and a lot of great brands have been born from Commercial Street. So could you tell us a little bit about how it was back then and how it's grown into?
Back then, it was a very slow moving street where people used to trickle only in the mornings, and in the afternoons we used to shut between 1:30 to 4. That used to be called the siesta time. Bangalore was a sleepy town. It was the pensioners' paradise. Then it became the garden city. Then it became the pub city. Then it became the movie city. And still, till about 20 years ago, nobody used to come on a Sunday to shop. People used to play cricket. Monday morning, we used to come. Somebody's glass broken. Somebody's signage is gone. Who did this? We don't know, sir. They were playing cricket. People used to make a mess on the street. There were two people who used to be, three people who used to be constant, four people who used to be constantly open. One is Kiddies Corner, which is not there anymore. Then used to be Looking Good. There used to be Bhagat Ram, and there used to be Favorite Shop. All these people were very fond of doing business, and they say we should never close our shops because we have got some, inputs from Singapore. But they evolved in that, and 20 years ago when we said that, when we opened the shop 20 years ago, then we opened it on Sundays because we can't afford the rent, and plus we have to get in more people, more traction to come. And then the whole street started evolving, and they said if you don't close your shops between 1:30 and 2, and if you do 2,000 rupees business, 60,000 rupees, 6.5, 7 lakh rupees a year you will get. And that is how it all evolved, and it opened out, and the markets have opened out. And at the same time, good we thought of that and not declaring a holiday, because the government never enforced a single day holiday to be given, which is now enforced in Delhi, which every area is closed on a particular day. The choice is there. But Bombay never closes, Chennai never closes. Nowhere else, excepting for Delhi, they have one particular day, which is a weekly off. But we do have staff which is on rotation, which is weekly off, that happens. But Commercial Street evolved. Now the last government fixed our road up, and it's looking very pretty, very nice, more disciplined, and it has evolved over a period of time. We do have a couple of hardships which we really cannot, promote that. The is better we don't talk about it, but it has evolved. And because of this street which has been evolved, the back streets are evolved more, and they also have grown with us. They say the surroundings, if you kept clean and nice and neat, there'll be a lot of other things which happening. This is a street which you get from sweets to software. Hardware you get cement, you get white cement, you get hardware is making a home. Settling your home is like you get your saris, your sweets, you can get married, you can get every attire in the street. Women can sew there, you can get a local cobbler, they can get the blouses stitched, they can get the skirts hemmed. You can't get that in a mall. This is something, it's a very unique street. It's got more than 500 plus shops, and it's got food for everybody. Yes, there's a lot of cannibalization which has taken place because people have grown. This city was only 1.5 million earlier. Now it has grown to 1.3 million. So the thing is, how many times? 1,000 times.
Yeah.
It has just grown, it has evolved, all the extensions are doing well, everybody's got their business. But cannibalization has taken into a lot of brands have come in, a lot of people have come in, a lot of work is there. See so many theaters now. There were only few theaters earlier. KG Road, Lalbagh, Lido, Rex, Galaxy, Plaza, 4 theaters over here, correct?
Yeah.
Then we had little bit of 2-3 theaters down the road over here and that, which we never went. But all the theaters are gone now, but evolved again. You have 4, 6, about 10, 12 theaters, but lower seat capacity and all that stuff. See how Brigade Road has changed, how Commercial Street has changed. Before there were only 3 centers, now MG Road, Brigade Road, and Commercial Street. The best of jamuns used to get over here. The best of jalebis used to get over here. So everything used to be good over here, but now it has all evolved. Now so many sweet shops have come. Anand Sweet started with small, but they have grown so big. Kanti Sweets, nobody used to go to Kanti Sweets excepting Vadkatra. I remember the Anand Sweets fellow saying that I used to buy my jamun from Bhagatram and try to sell it there. But they used to buy it, eat it, and still say Bhagatram used to be the best. See, that's the mindset of people. But now it's all changed.
So, coming to one of the last questions I will be asking you. So, Kamran mentioned this. Over the course of these 40 years that you've been in business, how is the competition evolved, and how have you managed to stay at the top?
See how I would say competition has evolved. I mean, we have all evolved. So what happens is that when you want to stay the front runner, so you have to keep changing things within yourself, within the format of what you have. So you always have to be the front runner. So once you are the front runner, then there is nobody behind you. There's nobody can compete with my shop today. However, how many other people could come in? I mean, they may take away about 0.1, 0.2% of my customers, but they can't take the whole thing with it because it's too large for them to manage. Unless he opens such a large shop with this kind of backing of a 68 years of customer profile that we have got, they will not be able to do it. So it's tough, but we like to keep ourselves as ahead of time, always ahead of time. I try to get the best of guys into my shop, best of guys, best of product to my shop. If you see the shoe range that I've got Metro, but I've got another brand who's an exporter. It took me 7 years to get him into my shop. 7 years to get him into my shop. You just tell them to get some shoes that we do even bespoke shoe making.
Wow.
Belts also give you, for the price that you pay for the belt is nothing. 3,000 rupees for a belt, 3,200 rupees, nothing. It'll last you for 10 years. If something goes wrong, I will change it for you. That's the kind of guarantee that we take. Fantastic.
So I have one question. You meant like a big part about like your philosophy as such is like, doing the best and being the front runner. But again, a conversation that we had off camera is sometimes, when you're at the lead and you're also like delegating work, because you obviously can't do everything. How do you get that fine line between perfection and practicality?
I have to know why I do my own brand. Okay, I do my own brand. Like for example, I have a product like this.
Yes, sir.
Sourcing is most important. Sourcing is most important. Now I've done a brand like this. It's called Hada, which I missed out. I'm giving it for 15 gram,
Wow.
which is very nice. See, these are all done by me. This is all. I do have a manufacturing unit. I've got 2 units, one in Delhi and one in Calcutta. So we do a great job on doing all this stuff. We really put in a lot of effort. Sourcing is done by me because I'm very passionate about my business. Very, very passionate. You can take me, put me anywhere and say, start another shop. I will start it the way I want to start it. And I will tell you that I'm not going to waste your money doing what you're doing. I will make sure that social media, we are not too aggressive on social media because that hardcore selling does not work for me. It doesn't work for me at all. Hardcore selling, that I cannot be the face everywhere.
Yes, sir.
I need time for myself. I need to spend time with my grandkids. And my grandkids are also very passionate about what the grandfather is doing. So what happens is that I need to allocate some time to them. I need to be around with the families. I need to, look at different angles of what I'm doing. So it's their passion. They're very passionate about this. This is my, I would say, this is my hobby.
Do you think, I mean, I think based on what you've mentioned, like passion is one of the most important things for you. Like how do you think that like like if you look at like the internet, advice is always like contrary. Some people say passion is important. On the other hand, you have people saying forget about passion, just look at money. What do you think about that kind of philosophy, sir?
Money, anybody can make. Even a fellow who's standing on the road selling govers can make money. You ask him what his son is doing, he says he's doing engineering.
Yeah.
So imagine what he's going through to earn that kind of money to educate the child. So that is passion. That passion, if he's got, he can do anything in life. But money cannot take you anywhere very far. Money dissolves. Passion cannot dissolve. Whatever you put in, whichever water, milk, anything you put in, money will dissolve, but passion cannot dissolve. That cannot get away from the inside. This is nothing, again, another passionate human being.
Mhm.
See this. See the bag. Very nice bag. See the shoes, something really nice. See the detailing of this buckle, side buckle. Even to show fabric, even to show shoes, you need to have pride first. Second is fashion. This is a travel bag. You have your whatever, you have your passport, you have your phone, you have your wallet, everything can be put in that zipped. Okay, as people smoke, they have their thing, they want to vape, they have it inside. Any documents are inside. So it's all there. Yeah? So it all evolves with a lot of things.
Is there any reason that you've chose to like keep commercial street as your base as compared to expanding the prestige store into your like the all the various malls that you have
This is
already?
what happens. I used to have, I had many places to visit.
Yeah.
So basically, I visit a lot of places. I visit a lot of places which are there. So I cannot be stationed in one place. Like for me, if you say you come to towers, 11th floor, that means I'm cutting out a lot of fluff from there. Here, anybody can walk in and meet me anytime with just 2 floors that he has to, 4 floors he has to come up to meet me. Accessibility as a retailer should be free. You should not that you're spending 10,000 rupees, so be it, I'll be with you. No problem. But you don't be on the floor, I'll come and have a cup of tea with you in your office. So be it, no problem. You're most welcome to do so. That's how accessibility, retail, you want to be a successful man, you need to do this. Moment you cut yourself up with people, people will get away from you.
No matter how high no matter how high you rise, important to be grounded.
100%. I can carry your shopping bag to your car and drop you there. That is my USP. I left the cat out of the bags.
I think
People come, people go, people. I think of somebody and the human being is there in my top. I am telling you, ask him. I can determine the customer who walks in and say, this is fellow who wants a suit, he wants a shirt, he wants a pant, and this is how much he's going to spend, that I can tell him. He knows. And it happens, huh?
yes.
It happens.
So can you tell the story of how the two of you met?
No, somebody, a good friend of mine, and say, I've got a good person, take care of him. I said, okay. So I asked him one question. Do you want to be sitting on a desk and doing a job, or you want to learn what I have learned? So he says, no, I want to learn what you have learned. So it's a clone. Whatever is in my phone, it is on his phone. The numbers, he's a clone of me. Whatever I've taught him, it is there. Yes. He's somebody that I can close my eyes and say, You go to, I just gave you the number and you take
Yes, sir.
care of everything. That we done.
It's been over 2 decades, 3 decades.
It's almost 3 decades now.
Wow.
If I just look at him, he knows what I'm telling you. Ask him. That's how it is. I mean, like he's there, like he's everything and anything for us.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So not only for me, it's for my entire family.
Yes, sir.
You want a car license? Yes. You want to renew something? Yes. You want to do something? Yes. Anything and everything, he's never says no. He only works for no man. But he's a yes man for me. For everybody.
Yeah.
Anything, yes, sir, done. The most difficult thing is to say no in retail. Very difficult to say no retail. There are a lot of people who says, I cannot do this now. 3 weeks I need, 2 weeks you need. You don't need 3 weeks to do this, man. You have the desire, you have the ardent. Somebody is coming with distress and saying that I have torn my suit, I need a suit to be fixed. I'll fix it for you, no problem. Whether it has to be altered, whether it has to be made new, it will be done. The smallest of detail, we take care of it. And we try to get a smile on a customer's face. That is most important. The customer delight is our thing. Somebody said, I came and waited and I got so disturbed. Ask him. Got very disturbed. I said, you can't do it. Call him. Fix him up right now. You have to fix it. People come here with a lot of effort, parking. They have to struggle to come here. They come and then they have to be delighted to visit the store. That is how we are in existence. Otherwise, we are never in existence.
Think for my graduation, actually, I think it was on a Friday at 3 p.m. I came to Prestige at 2. I picked up a suit. Within half an hour, it got altered, and then I directly went to college.
You know, good. You reminded me of something very nice. Your graduation, we used to do a lot. We used to do for a particular school. We used to do graduation jackets, and jackets, suits. We used to do. And we always used to say that, children are in the school, 60, 70 kids in the class, 500 kids in the school. How much of, they may be getting certificates, the credentials, whatever you say, their certificates that they get in school, whether in sports, whether in studies, and whatever certificates. How many of them, 50, 60, 70, 100 can get, but not 500, all can't get, right? Nobody's going to be first every time. Nobody's going to be second every time. So what we decided to do, how do you get your customer base? How do you improvise on that? So we said, okay, fine. We'll do something. We'll give them a citation. So-and-so from so-and-so's college. This is a certificate for you. This is your first graduation day. Suit which is there, which has been made by us with a lot of pride, and this is how it is. This is your first suit that you're making, and that's we had that certificate, right? We should show it to them, and then we used to give it along with the suit. That touched 70% of the people hearts it touched, and those fellows, when they were getting married, they came to my store and they started shopping. See, that's another part of it. It was not a gimmick, but it was a good, great gesture from our side for you to, to recognize you that, see, money is nothing, 4,000, 5,000 rupees you give, you buy a suit and go. But we are remembering for that is there that, see, when I made my suit over here, I got a certificate. I got a
Certificate.
whether you kept it through it or nothing, but that memory is there because somebody in the family, you see, you will have a sibling, right? They will definitely have a boy or a girl. Siblings are mostly a boy and girl. So somebody's memory, the parents' memory will have that. Something will be there, which is to be shared among a lot of other people, families, everything. So it's just a good gesture from our side. And we said that this is what you want to do. So the lot of things we have done like this. That's why I said I can tell you many, many stories and you can continue. You said half an hour. It is like almost 2 o'clock.
Yes.
The whole morning is gone. Thank God I left my phone out.
I think the last question that we'll be asking you is, what do you want the legacy of Prestige to be?
It should continue.
Yeah.
It will continue, and it will continue the same way. What my father taught, we have taught my children to do the same thing, and it should continue. For how long, we don't know, because I may not be there for the next, I'll be there for the next 10 years, maybe 12 years. You don't know when. Maybe in the next moment also, you don't know whether it's there or not. But this legacy will continue. Unless they want to sell my establishment away,
I think,
which will not happen.
yeah. I think this is the conclusion of the podcast with the king of fashion, I'd say. Thank you so much, sir, for coming on the podcast.
You're most
No,
welcome and giving me an opportunity to be a backbencher with you guys.
Thank you, sir.